Kylian and Ethan Mbappé, master and apprentice, unite at Paris Saint-Germain. When Kylian wants to play, there is not much you can say, said Paris Saint-Germain manager Luis Enrique, giving little of the authority of his position to his sometimes dominant star. There was logic in resting Mbappé during Sunday evening's French Cup trip to Revel, in the 6th regional tier of French football, as the Ligue 1 champions would have won comfortably without their talisman striker. He could have been asked to stay active to face the bigger challenges that would face him and his club in the first half of 2024. But he wanted to play, and so the coach agreed. Mbappé's hat-trick was the difference between a 6-0 win and an eventual 9-0 defeat. The result was so comfortable that Mbappé even invited his younger teammate Gonzalo Ramos to take and score a penalty kick, a duty usually reserved for King Kylian. So the coach allowed the player's desire to shape the team selection, and by the end of an evening in which 10,000 spectators witnessed a remarkable sight of Mbappé in full, they saw Mbappé's reward on the pitch too, a younger Kylian. My brother Ethan. With a clock on the clock, he came off the bench. The 17-year-old played just 1 minute last month for Paris Saint-Germain's first team until then, but promotion is part of a steady trajectory. I like the way he trains, said midfielder Luis Enrique, who picked Ethan to go on the club's pre-season Asian tour. He was there without brotherly company. At that point in the turbulent relationship between the great Mbappé and Paris Saint-Germain, his employer and highest-paid employee were at loggerheads, and the striker was dismissed from summer training after he refused a 1-year contract extension. A solution was eventually found, but it remains temporary. Kylian Mbappé's contract with Paris Saint-Germain expires in June, and if it is not renewed, he is free to leave without a transfer fee. Mbappé has been through this scenario before. 2 seasons ago, he looked set to join Real Madrid when his previous contract in Paris was about to expire. Instead, he signed a new 2-year contract with an optional 3rd season, making him the highest-paid footballer in the world. Real Madrid, who have pursued Mbappé since his teens and for whom Mbappé has often said he would like to play one day, remain the most likely destination should he leave Paris Saint-Germain this summer. If he does so, the French club will present the departure as a setback but not a major economic blow, given that Mbappé, by not activating a 1-year extension last summer, effectively gave up more than €80 million in bonus payments from the club. Whatever my decision is, the agreements we reached have succeeded in protecting all parties and ensuring that the club can calmly prepare for next season, Mbappé said last week. Viewed from the seat of Nasser Al-Khelaifi, the president of Paris Saint-Germain, the arrangement appears to have been quietly and meticulously worked out to make Mbappé happier in Paris than ever before. Since the last time the prospect of a transfer sparked Madrid's interest, tempting the player and forcing Al-Khelaifi to allocate a huge slice of Paris Saint-Germain's budget to keep Mbappé, the working environment has changed, and although the relationship between the star and the president reached a point of high tension last July, make executive decisions aimed at making the player more comfortable. His number 1 place in the dressing room hierarchy is now undisputed. Lionel Messi has moved on. The same applies to Neymar, with whom Mbappé had a thorny relationship. Among those included are Ousmane Dembélé and Randal Kolo Muani. The 2 strikers are teammates in the France national team. Luis Enrique, PSG's 5th different coach in the 6 years since Mbappé joined as a teenager from Monaco, is the only one of them to arrive there with a Champions League winner's medal on his CV. This is the competition for Mbappé, a world champion with France in 2018, and Al-Khelaifi looking to win the most matches. So far, Luis Enrique, who led Barcelona to the European Cup in 2015, has been maximizing Mbappé's talents in a system that relies on fluid movement in attack. A hat-trick at Revel's lone rugby pitch took his club's goals this season to 25 goals in 24 matches. Mbappé was the top scorer in the French League 5 times. At this rate, he is on track to repeat this feat with his best tally ever. He's only 25, young enough to remember, to Ethan's credit, what it was like to be on the cusp of a lofty career at just 17, but mature and forthright enough to know that he's in a unique position to control his own destiny. Madrid still wants him and he still has mountains to climb. Within 5 months, Mbappé will captain France, which is favored to win the European Championship. He then wants to play in the Olympics in Paris, where he grew up, and has informed France's Olympic coach Thierry Henry of this. As Luis Enrique said, "When Kylian wants to play, what can you say?" As the Paris Saint-Germain coach also said, he has a big personality. But in this case, he was talking about the other Mbappé, the rising prospect in Ethan